So this is a Swift Conqueror, sorry, 565. Just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker, you've got your 2 gas bottle tie downs with your gas regulator on the bulkhead. Coming down the side of the van, you've got your Aldi heating and hot water flue, very simply there to allow the heating system to breathe. You don't need to do anything with this, it's uncovered ready. We just do advise that you don't cover this up when it is in operation. Below that, you've got your wind down legs on either side of the front to stabilise the caravan while it's on site. They're only there for stabilising the caravan, they are not there to lift the caravan. You've then got your water pump connection. Very simply pull back the blue trigger here and release from the side of the caravan, as you'll see, and then push in and lock in place to allow the water system to be filled. And the pickup pipe needs to be fully submerged in water. Down the side of the van, you've got your battery and your mains lead coming in from the power on site. Very simply, quick release connections on top. Pop these off if you need to take the battery out for any reason, and a strap across the front. Mains power connects straight into the van, and I'll demonstrate what this switch is for the motor mover when you're here on site. Motor mover and wheel nuts, we'll torque the wheel nuts to the correct setting prior to you leaving site, and we'll also demonstrate the motor mover so you can see is it all working correctly. The fresh water that goes in the front of the caravan has to come out somewhere, and down the side of the van here you've got your 2 grey waste pipes, and the large diameter holes here on the outside allow the waste pipe to drop down inside the waste master. The waste master, and that will be the water that comes from the sinks and the shower. It is not the toilet waste. At the back of the van here, you've got your toilet flush tank. You'll open this up with your key, and you'll put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of your pink fluid prior to use. In the bottom, just going to grab the key for that. In the bottom, you've got your toilet tank. Lift up the orange handle to pull the cassette towards you. The orange neck here turns out 90 degrees so you can tip the waste away. The white cap here is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And on the back of the cassette, you've got an orange pressure relief button, and when you press that button in and you're tipping the waste away, it will stop it from spitting and splattering back at you. Just so you can see, that is what the hole looks like for the toilet flush tank. So you put the water in through here and a cap full of the pink fluid, as I said. In the bottom cassette, you need to put 1 litre of water and a cap full of the blue fluid. Around the back of the van, you've got your 2 wind down legs to stabilise the caravan while it's on site. Down the side of the van, you've got your storage locker for underneath the bed, the single bed on this side of the caravan. You've got your 2 fridge vents. You don't ever cover these up when the fridge is in operation. And then you've got your awning light on the side of the van here. 3-pin socket, so you've got power out to your awning. Storage locker for underneath the seating area at the front, and your barbecue gas point, and the last wind down leg at the bottom here. Taking you onto the inside of the caravan now. As you can hear, the radio is working away. I'm just going to turn that down for a moment. We're not going to remember where it is in this particular event. There it is. So turning the radio on and off, you're going to press and hold the power button here in the centre, source button, and that will turn off. Up above the door, you've got your main control panel. So you're going to turn the power on with this power button on the right hand side here. Power on, screen will light up, and as you can see, the battery is charging on board the van. You've then got your awning light for the outside of the caravan, light switch for the 2 lights above the top here, and then you've got your interior lights as well for the front of the caravan. You've then got your water pump run, which we're going to come back to in a moment. You will notice, and it's the same on all of these Swift, these panels do move slightly. We have secured it in there the best that we can do. Just for some reason they don't fit in any of these Swifts particularly well. Just going to turn that back down because it seems to have come back on. There we go. So, once you've got your main power turned on, I should just explain, the dimming lights I was talking about, you will say it says dimming level here at the bottom. Use this arrow here, and you can actually change the brightness of the lights above the seating area. As you see, they've got a lot brighter now, and that will adjust both lights above both front cabinets. Once you get your power turned on, the first thing you need to do is fill the water system. Now, I've actually already filled the water system up, but what you can do is open all the taps up on the hot side of the system. As you see, water system's filled. You're going to come underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the van. Underneath this seat you'll find a yellow valve. That yellow valve needs to be parallel with the floor as it is at the moment. If it's upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat, that will drain the water system down. So with all the taps open on the hot side, you're going to come to the control panel above the door and turn your water pump on. Once the water pump's turned on, it will start pumping the water from the aqua roll on the outside of the van into the water system on board the van. Once the water system is completely full, you'll have water running out of every tap continuously on board the caravan. And at that point then, you can shut all of the taps back off and you're ready to start warming the water with the Aldi heating system. So that's where the control panel comes in above the door on the top left hand side. You've got power off and power on for your Aldi heating. Hit the menu button and it will take you into your options for the caravan. The first screen you're going to see is the current room temperature, a lovely warm day today. And then we've got the mains power on the top right hand side here. Going to hit the menu button. Top here is your room temperature, so you got plus or minus for your room temperature. Then below that you've got your water temperature. If this bar is completely empty, it means the hot water is turned off. If it's halfway up, it's hot water on. And if it's completely full, it's hot water boost. Bottom left hand, next option down is the amount of power coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on. So you've got 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts depending on what site you're on, and you would need to ask your site office when you arrive on your holiday to what you'd need to set this to. Bottom left hand side you've got your option for gas. Hit the gas icon, the box goes green, and if it ignites on gas it will stay solid green, and if it fails to ignite on gas it will go red and it will come up with gas fail at the bottom of the screen. You have got some extra options here, and for these we do advise you read the manual that comes with the caravan. If I tried to explain these in the video, it'd probably take me 2 to 3 hours to complete the video. Microwave, hob, grill and oven all work very much like your household appliances, no difference at all there. You have got a light for the oven on the front here, which you'll notice comes on when you hold the button in, and then you've got your igniter on the left hand side. Next up is the fridge. The fridge is very simple to use. Press and hold the power button and the fridge will come on. At the moment we're on mains power, so you can control the temperature of the fridge on mains or gas on this thermometer button on the bottom right hand side, and the more amount of dots you have lit up, the colder the fridge will be. Use the arrow here, the arrow symbol, to change the power source. So you've got auto mode. Essentially what auto mode will do is select the first power source it sees. So for instance, if it sees 12 volt first from the car you're towing with, the fridge will start operating as a cool box. If it's mains, it will see the mains power source and it will connect to the mains and turn the fridge on. You've then got the option to select the power source you want to use. So then you've got 12 volt mode. You will hear at the minute everything's beeping away at me due to the fact we're not connected to a car at the moment at the front of the caravan, as you can see. So the 12 volt supply isn't connected to the, because the 12 volt supply is only from the car you're towing with, not from the caravan directly. You've then got gas. If it fails to ignite on gas, it's going to do what it just did with the warning light and the bleeping to let you know it has failed to ignite. If it has ignited, this blue light will be solid blue. And like I said, you can control the temperature of the fridge on gas on this button on the right hand side. We'll leave that on for now, so when you arrive on site it is not, hopefully, a little bit colder than what it is now in there. Hasn't been turned on all day, it's only been turned on around dinner time. In the bathroom then, you've got your toilet system. So you've got an electric flush on top of the toilet here. Toilet full indicator light that illuminates red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself actually turns for your convenience, as you can see here. However, when you're removing the toilet waste cassette from the side of the caravan, you need to make sure this toilet is pointing straight on. You'll also need to make sure that the toilet waste flap below the toilet is in the closed position, like it is now when you're removing that cassette. And when you want to use the toilet facilities, you'll push the grey handle to the right hand side of the toilet, and that will open up the flap so the waste goes straight into the cassette. Back to the central position when you're not using the toilet. So that is the Swift Conqueror 565. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'd be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon again. Thanks for now. Bye bye.